My biggest fear is that people will see through my confidence and realise that I'm bluffing. I'd like to share a low light and a highlight if I can. So my low light would be as an early career town planner after working for 12 months on a significant strategic planning project. We went to present to council, so there'd been a council election. And so I went and presented to council on this significant project. It was going to be a real game changer for the communities in which I worked. And they threw it out. They didn't endorse any of the recommendations. I was crushed. Spent some time in the bathroom in tears and then went home and had a mental health day the next day. So that's when I first got to understand that planning is a political process, not just a technical process. So that's a low light. But a highlight for me, and there have been many, has been when I've been working with communities to run an engagement or design process. And I facilitate discussions with people. And at the end of the process, they might not have been happy with the outcome, but they've said, that was a great process, Steph. You've given me a voice in the planning and design, and we trust that you will make the best of our contributions. So that's a highlight for me. I've been inspired by many individuals throughout my career, both men and women, people that are younger than me or people that are older than me, coming from a whole range of different backgrounds, because I think in terms of planning you need to have an understanding of community development, economic development and design and innovation. So I take a little bit from everyone. So some key people that stand out for me for a whole range of reasons, both technical and then sort of professional in terms of their input. So one key person is Jude Munro, ex-CEO of Brisbane City Council. What I admire about Jude is her ability to work across political parties and administrations to lead change in a very large organisation. The next people would be Jane Jacobs and Saskia Saskin, who are both planners, sociologists and authors who've really published great works on what it is to be an international city, what it means to plan for people in cities, as if they talk about if people as cities matter. I think about great community development practitioners who work with a lot of town planners, people like Helen Wallace and Pam Burke and John Eastgate, who taught me how to listen to communities, truly listen, and then create opportunities for their voice to be heard within the planning and design process. I think that's really important. If I think about the property industry, I think of women like Kathy McDermott, Josephine Sucker and Louise Mason, who are all leaders in the profession, and women who are using their influence and leadership and networks to actually drive change around diversity, whether it be in the property industry and with Josephine through sport and her work with the Australian rugby team. The biggest challenge for the next generation of women in planning will be too much choice. The 21st century is the century of the city. So if you can't make a career in planning now, then you probably never could. So I guess if you have a passion for cities, if you have interest in making cities that work, then you can make a career in any sector, whether that's government, the private sector, business, academic, community sector and with design, and you can make it in Australia or internationally. If you'd like to work in planning, the big challenge for us and for men and women will be working out how do you get in front of this change curve. So I'd like to start by rewording this question. Actually, I don't think we need to encourage women into leadership. I think we need to remove the barriers for women to build their careers and move into leadership. So I think this requires long-term change, being led and acted upon by men and women across all sectors. My view is that it shouldn't be just up to women to lean in. We need to implement changes to ensure women's voice and their contributions are heard in the boardrooms, on TV, in the commentary box. For some, it's purely an economic argument around encouraging women into leadership and into different roles in the planning profession. Because if you grow the talent pool, you'll have a more financially successful business. I believe in walking the talk. So you have to support women to ensure that they're able to step up into leadership.